confidence vote? Oh, yes, he is. Oh, no, he isn't. I've got some news for him. I've got some advice for the right honourable gentleman. Look behind you. They're not impressed, and neither's the country.
You may not have seen, during the exchanges in Prime Minister's questions, that when the Leader of the Opposition sat down, he muttered words which were quite clearly visible, accusing the Prime Minister of being a stupid woman. Bearing in mind, Mr. Speaker, the booklet that you issued this week, the words that the Leader of the Opposition said last September, would it not be appropriate for him to come back in the chamber and apologise?
I'm pleased to respond to the right honourable gentleman's point of order. As he rightly surmised at the start of it, I saw no such thing. I am not making an allegation, and I am not denying or seeking to refute that of the right honourable gentleman. I cannot be expected to pronounce upon that which I did not see and which was not witnessed by my advisers and which I did not hear and which was not witnessed by my advisers. Order, I don't need any advice in how to respond to a point of order from the right honourable gentleman.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
Is it on an unrelated matter? No, I've already... All right. I'm not going to take lectures from members. I will take... It is normal convention in this place that when a matter has been addressed, again, part of the conventions and courtesies of this House, that people recognise that you don't have repeat points of order on exactly the You don't have repeat points of order on exactly this order on exact.
Every week we do.
On exactly the same matter. I am perfectly prepared to take a point of order on the matter from the Leader of the House. We have heavy business today, some of which is government statements, and with which we will, in due course, preferably reasonably soon, need to proceed. But I will happily take the right honourable lady's point of order.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I would just like to ask, after your finding there that individuals who are found to have made unwelcome remarks should apologise, why it is that when an opposition member found that you had called me a stupid woman, you did not apologise in this chamber.
No. I'll deal with the point. I used the word stupid in a muttered aside. That adjective simply summed up how I felt about the way that day's business had been conducted. Anyone who knows the Leader of the House at all well will have not the slightest doubt about her political ability and her personal character. I love this House. I respect all of my colleagues. I hold you all in the highest esteem. It is our duty to get on with the business of Parliament. There, I'll deal with the point. I dealt with that matter months ago in remarks that I made to the House of Commons. to which the Right Honourable Lady in our various meetings since has made no reference, and which requires from the Chair today no elaboration whatsoever. She's asked the question. I dealt with it months ago. I've reiterated the rationale for the way in which I responded. The matter has been treated of, and I am leaving it there. And if there are a point of order, Anna Soubry.
Very much, Mr. Speaker. With great respect to the Chair, I have to say this. If it was one of my male colleagues on this side of the House that had used that expression against a woman on the front bench on the opposition, then you, sir, would take action immediately. This is not...
Perhaps the Prime Minister could tell the House whether Mr Aidan Heavy's donations to the Conservative Party had any influence on the Foreign Secretary's intervention in his company's tax dispute.
As I said, the donations to the Conservative Party do not buy votes at our party conference. They don't buy votes for our leader. They don't mean you can select candidates. That is the unhealthy relationship in British politics. And they can bluster all they want.
If members produce what they regard as evidence, of course it is order. If members produce what they regard as evidence, it is order. If members produce what they... I'm in the middle of... No, what I say to the honourable gentleman, the member for Braintree, is please have the courtesy to allow me to respond to the Right Honourable Lady's point of order. If evidence is produced, it will be considered, and I will take professional advice, as fair-minded people would expect me to do.
In the leaflet you distributed, you make the point, very rightly, that we are all honourable members. Our word is therefore evidence. I saw it, sir. I saw him say it.
Yes, I am not seeking to refute what the honourable gentleman is saying. I am simply saying I didn't witness it. The Clerk of the House and the other clerks at the table didn't witness it. And I cannot be expected immediately it's no good somebody waving something at me. I cannot be expected immediately to pronounce guilt or innocence. No, I can't be expected immediately to pronounce. I can't be expected. What I reiterate to the honourable, what I reiterate to the order, I'll deal with it in a moment. What I reiterate to the honourable gentleman is that members are responsible for their own conduct and should apologise if they have committed a misdemeanour. It's no good a member standing by the chair and trying to show me something. I would say what I say to the honourable gentleman is that the Leader of the Opposition will have heard of the allegations that have been made, he will have heard the allegations, if the Right Honourable gentleman, in the light of those, chose to come to the House and to respond, I'm sure that would be appreciated by the House. As I promised the House, I have looked at the television footage of the Leader of the Opposition reacting to the Prime Minister, allegedly saying "stupid woman" to those seated next to him. Having heard the allegation against the Leader of the Opposition, and having watched the footage, it is easy to see why the Leader of the Opposition's words might be construed as "stupid woman." That was also the opinion of lip speakers, and I emphasise lip speakers rather than lip readers, whose advice was sought and obtained at short notice. As may be known to members of the House, but it is important in terms of establishing the context, but may not be known to others watching or listening to our proceedings, the Right Honourable Gentleman, the Leader of the Opposition, was seated at the time and not addressing the House. So whatever he said was not and is not audible on the House's audio-visual record. As I have told the House, I neither saw the incident nor heard anything. It was for the same reasons neither heard nor seen by the clerks or by my private secretary. Nor was there any immediate reaction in the House. I believe the allegation made by a number of honourable and right honourable members was based upon the visual evidence from Parliament TV. I also have to rely purely on visual evidence. I am not a lip reader, or indeed a lip speaker. Nobody can be 100% certain. That includes professional lip readers. But I will naturally take, and would be expected to take, the word of any right honourable or honourable member. It is reasonable to expect the House to do the same. I therefore invite the Right Honourable Gentleman, who has, at my request, returned to the House for this purpose.
I referred to those who I believe were seeking to turn a debate about the national crisis facing our country into a pantomime as stupid people. Mr. Speaker, I did not use the words stupid woman about the Prime Minister or anyone else, and am completely opposed to the use of sexist or misogynist language in absolutely any form at all. And I'm happy to place that on the record at your request this afternoon. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Yes, indeed. Point of order, the Leader of the House.
Mr. Speaker, I think that the country and this House will have drawn their own conclusions, and I deeply regret that the Right Honourable Gentleman has not seen fit to apologise to my Right Honourable friend, the Prime Minister.
Thank you. I thank the Right Honourable Lady for what she has said, which requires no comment from the Chair.
Mr. Barry, Chairman.
Mr. Speaker, this is the first opportunity I have had to apologise to the Leader of the House. The last time we were together in this room, I said she flounced. I didn't realise that was a disrespectful or sexist term. I used it and I apologise profoundly.
Well, I'm really grateful to the Honourable Gentleman for his apology, which is unnecessary. He'd already apologised to me privately. I have, Mr. Speaker, been practising my flounce. I'm not sure I've perfected it yet, and I won't try. OK, you ready? Something like that.
It is our duty to get on with the business of Parliament, scrutinising legislation,